Here's some interesting statistics about Australian property investors. 20 years ago, only 6% of Australians were investing in property. Now it's tripled to 18%, or 1 in 5 Australians. Why are there more investors now than there was 20 years ago? Answer: more and more Australians are now acutely aware that they have to fund their own retirement. You cannot rely on the government and you cannot stick your head in the sand. So what effect will all these extra people who are buying property have on property prices? Well, if you've got the same population buying more houses, then the competition for houses is going to go up further and the prices are going to go up as a result. So housing's not going to get cheaper as people compete to buy these investment properties to fund their own retirement. There's a big game going on, and if you're not playing it, you're only going to lose. But most property investors don't actually succeed. Most property investors are actually doing it wrong and not getting any training and not getting any support, and then wondering why they're not getting ahead. Of the 18% of Australians who do invest, 2/3 of them, or 12% of Australians, only have one investment property. They only have one. 93% of investors, or 17% of Australians, own no more than 2 properties. But if you want to be a successful property investor, you need to own more than that. And only 7% of investors, or 1% of Australians, own 3 or more investment properties. Why is that so? Well, the answer is because they don't know what they're doing. They buy poor cash flow properties in poor capital growth areas and end up having a negative experience and do not continue to grow their portfolio. If you are going to be successful, if you're going to be in the top 7% of investors or the top 1% of Australians, what's it going to take for you to be successful? Well, I'll tell you what it's going to take. It's going to take education, it's going to take action, and it's going to take support. Every successful person in the world has done those 3 things: got educated, taken action, and got coached. If you want to be successful, you need to do those things. If you don't do those things, don't be surprised when you're not successful. It's pretty simple, and it's a fair statement to make.
Hi there, I hope you enjoyed that. If you think someone else could benefit from that, make sure you share it with them. We'd really be grateful if you did that. And if you want to get into property investing, if you're serious about it, just send us a message. Let's have a strategy session, let's go through it. We have clients all over Australia, in fact, all over the world. And we talk to our clients either in person or via Skype, really easy to do. So don't hesitate, get in there. It's only $297 for a strategy session, and it's 100% guaranteed refundable if at the end of it you didn't feel it was worth your while. Cheers.